Zechor Yemos Salom Binu Shnos Dor Vador. Moshe Rabbeinu says to the Jewish people, you should study history. Study the way Hashem runs the world. Rashi explains what this means. Rashi explains these are words of rebuke. Moshe says to the Jewish nation, had you studied history, if you would look at the way Hashem orchestrates the world, the way He guards the Jewish people, you would see that Hashem has enough power to bring Mashiach, to save you, and to change the world as it is. What Rashi seems to be saying is that if a person would study Jewish history, he would have a tremendous strengthening of his emunah. He would see the wonders of Hashem, and he would clearly see it's obvious that Hashem could bring Mashiach. It's obvious that Hashem could change everything. This Rashi is rather problematic when we bring it into contrast to the reality. The reality is that the past 2,000 years have been quite rocky. Since the destruction of the Second Temple back 2 millennium ago, we've suffered through almost every imaginable form of torture and oppression, from the Spanish Inquisition, the Crusades, blood libels, pogroms. Every imaginable form of torture, every imaginable form of killing has been practiced on the Jews. There's no shortage of creativity when it comes to hurting Jews. That being said, this becomes one of the biggest obstacles to Emunah. Why are we suffering so? Why does Hashem allow it to happen? Why is it that generation after generation we have to suffer? Where's Hashem's mercy? If anything, this is the biggest question that many people have about Hashem. How could Rashi tell us that studying Jewish history will bring us to a heightened sense of Emunah? And I believe the answer to this question is based on perspective. If you sit in an airplane taxiing along the runway, you see things in normal relief. The cars are large, houses are quite real. As you take off and begin raising the altitude, you have a different changing sense of perspective. As you climb higher and higher, the houses become smaller, apartment buildings begin looking like toys, and at 35,000 feet, you begin to look at the world in a vastly different way. You see cities, you see entire neighborhoods in one fell swoop, you can detect patterns. Most of our life we're living at ground level. Most of our life we view things as they are. Every once in a while we have to step up to 35,000 feet and look at life from a different perspective. I believe what Rashi was saying was quite simple. The fact that the Jewish nation have survived every known torture over 2,000 years is a revelation of Hashem's hand. Where are all the nations that tortured us? Where are the ancient Egyptians? Where are the Babylonians? Where is the Syrian Greek dynasty? All of the mighty powers came and went. We, the lone sheep, the one small little nation constantly oppressed, constantly hounded, is the only one to survive. And now we've landed back in our land, and we still keep the very same Torah that was kept thousands and thousands of years ago. The rebirth of this nation, the constant existence of it, is the greatest manifestation of Hashem's hand, says Rabbi Yonason Eibschitz. If a person will study this, he'll see miracles well beyond the splitting of the sea. What Rashi is telling us is, you have to look at things in perspective. Granted, on a day-to-day level, it may look rough, but study the history. Look at the fact that Hashem ushers this nation from exile to exile. Hashem shepherds them, Hashem guards them. You'll see the hand of Hashem. It'll be so clear, maybe not on ground level, but once you get a widening perspective, once you step up, you'll understand the greatness of your Creator, and you'll understand the extent that He's involved in your life and controlling the world.